Walking side by side with death, the devil mocks their every step. The snow drives back, the foot that's slow, the dogs of doom are howling more. They ask no quarter. Dazed and confused, coming at you with the truth. I'm no 25 Andrew. How do you do? What's happening, everyone? I hope everything's good. Listening to this show makes me feel and look real good. I don't know. How's it going, everybody? Tuning in for another late night edition of the No Quarter Podcast. It's not too late here, but I just went for a late night exercise bike ride. Of course, you know me, BMX and bicycles. I was cruising around. Had to get you guys on a tune. Singing that to myself the whole time, so I wanted to clue you guys into it. Gotta love freaking Led Zeppelin. That's why I named the podcast after them. Led Zeppelin's like the best band, period. I remember when I was in high school, there was a Kohl's nearby my high school who used to sell Led Zeppelin t-shirts, and everybody got like knockoff old school Led Zeppelin t-shirts, and I would like quiz kids who just bought it because they were hip, be like, dude, name a Led Zeppelin song that's not Stairway, and I'd be like, dude, who are the members of Led Zeppelin? There are 4 of them, can you name them? Plant, Page, Jones, Bonham. And I know they couldn't do it, and I was just like, you aren't a Led Zeppelin fan. I love No Quarter. I am definitely not the biggest Led Zeppelin fan, but I am a big Led Zeppelin fan because the more I find out about them, the cooler they are. I love that No Quarter song for some reason. That was my favorite. I had The Song Remains the Same on vinyl, and I had seen the movie once or twice. But I had it on vinyl, and that was my favorite vinyl because it had Stairway, and I was young, and it played Stairway to Heaven, and it was a live recording of them playing it, and I think it was like 1967 at the Fillmore in New York City is when it was recorded. And I loved that recording, and I played that recording, and the beginning of it, they go, this is not a song of hope. And in the movie, they go, this is a song of hope. And then they go into Stairway to Heaven, because that's the best song ever written, and greatest band ever, according to a lot of older people. I don't know, if we had to take a poll of one band, I think Led Zeppelin and the Beatles would definitely be up there. Those two are great freaking bands, but only if you speak English, of course. But I love that The Song Remains the Same, the movie. It was just a bunch of like music videos put together in a movie-style fashion. It's kind of like a long music video, but it's an old-school TV show of a music video, movie style. Like there's little bits of like action scenes when the movie happens. There's some like old-school 70s special effects. Nothing too spectacular, but I guess they put that out in theaters back in the 70s when that came out, and I don't know, that's pretty neat. I wish I would have seen it in theaters. I have it on a VHS cassette tape, and I still play every once in a while because it's so cool. Speaking of why I love Led Zeppelin, I just found out in that tape where they're talking about, not talking, but like they're shooting like scenes of like children in the field, and they're like on a lake, and they're in a house, and they're just like running around. It's kind of like a happy, hippie, dippy family living together with like naked children and everybody's naked kind of sort of thing. And The Song Remains the Same, during one of the songs, like John Paul Jones' song, or I think it's during one of the solos of Jimmy Page's solo and guitar, but it's actually at Jimmy Page's house, and the lake in the background is Loch Ness in Ireland or Scotland or wherever Loch Ness is. And it's actually the house that Jimmy Page owned on Loch Ness that was once owned by famed occultist and magician mystic Aleister Crowley. So go figure that I love the song that features the music video of the mystic's house that I've come to become fascinated with. It's weird how full circle And it's just Led Zeppelin. Like, did any of this happen to you guys? Happened to me when I listened to Led Zeppelin, and I would interpret their lyrics and their songs, and Dazed and Confused. Everybody loves that song. Bum 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 bum. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Everybody loves Led Zeppelin, so I. But it's weird. I guess they all have a different relationship. I guess that's why music is different to different people. Um, but it's cool how Led Zeppelin struck a chord with so many. And I was thinking, they're being sued right now for allegedly not writing Stairway to Heaven. Allegedly someone else is writing Stairway to Heaven, and they lost the first battle, so it's going to court. Like, the first battle was like, they didn't have to show up to court, and they were just gonna say, "Hey, our lawyers," because I'm sure they get sued all the time for stuff. But usually it doesn't go past the first day. The first day, Led Zeppelin and their lawyers say, "We have the money. You guys don't have a case." Well, apparently this time they have a case, so now they're in a lawsuit case in court. So you can't sue Led Zeppelin right now because they're being sued, and Led Zeppelin can't sue anybody right now because they're being sued. So I'm using No Quarter as the title of my podcast because they can't sue me. I think. I'm not a lawyer. If I am wrong and you do choose to sue me, I'm going to make it so I get to see you, Jimmy Page, in the courtroom because I want to ask you about that Aleister Crowley house. I would love. Oh my god, that would be so cool. That'd be like a dream come true asking the rock star about the Rock Mansion and all the rock. It's like asking Hugh Hefner about the Playboy Mansion. Like, hey, what's that like? Can I come by or what? Like, to each his own. To each his own. So, out on my bicycle ride, I found a fish tank on the curb. Looked through it. There was some like old bad. There was like a Colosseum statue thing that you would put in your aquarium underground, like the bad typical Petco decorations. And there was some tubing, and I took the tubing. I didn't take any of the decorations. There was a lot of decorations. I'm not a decoration guy. I like driftwood and I like plants, and I like some rocks. They had rocks, but they were all like Petco typical rocks, where they were like to look like something, or they had holes in them, or I don't know. They just didn't look like real rocks. They were very, 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 very lame. I was not a fan. If you see my tanks, it's just plants and driftwood and rocks. That's all it is. And they're live plants, actually. So it's not even a cheapo Petco. Made a new, moving away from fish, going into some music. I made a new playlist this month, beginning of August. Gotta do a new playlist. I had a playlist last month, and it was pretty rockin'. Had 24 songs on it. This is my new playlist. I don't know how I might just post it as like a picture or something, so you guys can see it during the video, or I might not. I'll just talk about it now. But I got some old school Jefferson Starship and Stick songs on there, plus a lot of from the John Wick soundtrack with Keanu Reeves. If you guys anybody's seen that John Wick movie, it was a very good action movie with Keanu Reeves. It wasn't that great of a story. It was a cool action movie. A lot of cool action fighting sequences, and a lot of good music. I got some music from Marilyn Manson's on it. Definitely on this playlist. It was on that soundtrack. I got some. I got 2 remixes of No Quarter. Go figure. One from that my cousin showed me. Oh god, back to Led Zeppelin. My cousin was talking to him. He's like, "Hey, let's put on some music. Listen to it." And he told me to turn down my music, and he just started playing this on his phone. And usually when people do that, you're like, whatever. But the song he was playing was my favorite Led Zeppelin song, No Quarter. And he was playing a remix, like a dub remix of it, but it wasn't like a bad dub remix. It was like, sometimes it's like bad, and it's like, wait. This one was very cool. It was just good low bass and then high treble of the chorus, or the like melody of No Quarter, which was really cool. And then they kind of mixed I think it did like 5 minutes of that No Quarter song. It was pretty cool. It's like an hour long. It's called Zach Darling meets Led Zeppelin, or versus Led Zeppelin. Zach Darling, and it was really neat. I really enjoyed it. And I have another Led Zeppelin mashup by Pretty Lights that was No Quarter as well, but they mixed it with Dazed and Confused. So those are the heavy hitters on my August playlist this month, because I mixed it up with some old school rock. I got the John Wick soundtrack. I got the electronic Pretty Lights, and then I got some old. There's some Rihanna on it. I like that Diamond song. I didn't put it on in the earlier playlist, so it's kind of an old song now. But that "Shine Bright Like a Diamond" song, and I got some old school female vocalists. One called Jo Stafford. If you've ever heard of Jo Stafford, she's the kind of like an old, I don't want to say 20s or 30s or 50s, but she's old-timey, like love song. There's one she's singing Blue Moon, I thought you standing alone, and it's a pretty good cover that I enjoy listening to. So I got some oldies, I got some classic Rockies, I got some soundtracks. No classical music. I usually like to throw a classical song in there. I was listening to the Lord of the Rings orchestra and how they do all those songs, and with the vocalist and with the instruments, and the Lord of the Rings orchestra would be really, really bomb in this playlist too, because I love that Lord of the Rings orchestra where bom 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 bom. Oh, it's so like evil and like Mordor, like that's what a tuba sounds like if my mouth was a tuba. The Lord of the Rings soundtrack is bombing. Oh, dude, that would fit right in this August 2015 playlist. Yeah. Oh, ooh. I don't know, folks. We'll see. I'll throw it in there. I'm trying to think of how I can throw this list up online so you guys could see it. I might just throw individual pictures up. Who knows? It will be done for you, of course. You'll see my fish as usual, and of course you will hear my No Quarter rants, because this is the No Quarter podcast. I'm gonna wrap it up right now. I'm gonna do some thankfuls and some feelings. Feel optimistic again. I was just working out, did that exercise and looked at that fish tank. I've been listening to a lot of Tony Robbins, so I feel inspired. I feel positive. That's kind of an inside joke between me and a friend. Well, how you been doing, man? Oh, you look good. You been listening to Tony Robbins? And then thankful. I'm really thankful for my mom. She got me dinner tonight. I have gone 2 days without soda, so I'm thankful for not having a wicked headache right now, but I'm sure I will have a headache soon to come because I'm addicted to caffeine. And I'm thankful. I was thinking, I just have a lot of stuff. My house is pretty big. I have a lot of room. I have electricity. I don't have to live with a shit ton of people, so I'm thankful for that. Thankful for all those great things. And my refrigerator, of course. I love your refrigerator, as I love mine. Refrigerators are one of the coolest inventions ever. So love your refrigerator. Love one another. Have great, good, positive days and vibes. And I'll send you a positive well-wish to you. So here's a well-wish. Have a good one. Big kiss. Mwah. Love Joe Rogan, too. Ha! Later. This is a podcast of hope. Close the door. Put out the light. You know they won't be home tonight. You chose the path no one goes. We hold no quarter.